What?
First day covers.
What's that?
Every time a new postage stamp, I don't know if they still have them or not, they may, would come out, you could order it wherever it came from, whatever place was on it, and they'd send you one through the mail, and it would have the brand new stamp on there, and would be stamped on their first day. And people collected that stuff. And I did. I collected them. I had, God, I don't know how many I had. And I gave them all to Michael, I believe. Big collection. Whatever happened to them, who knows? My stamps, too, I gave to somebody. I don't remember who. It's worth a lot of money today, you know. All those ancient stamps. That's how I knew all the countries. When I was a little kid, I knew Afghanistan, I knew all the countries.
Mama's keys, please.
They were on the stamp.
Yeah.
And then I'd look on the map to see where they were.
Well, I never was any good at geometry.
Start the car. That's what the cruise ship. Just turn the key. Let the air be getting it cold.
Where are you going?
I gotta run up to Publix and get the coffee and some stamps and some soda and I don't know, I got it on the list.
I wouldn't buy soda at Publix.
Just a few things. They got it 2 for $1.
What?
Soda.
Oh, Publix brand?
Uh-huh.
Oh. That must have just started.
And I was always into chemistry. I was supposed to be a chemist. That's what I was supposed to be. Because I had a room about the size of her bedroom and all out there. It was pretty good size. Alongside, it used to be a barber shop, but it was part of our house. And it was on the, here was the house, here was the doctor's office was in the middle, and then this storage room, and then this room over there, which was about the size of this room, bigger than this room, longer. And I had my laboratory in there. And I'd have to cut it out once in a while because it would stink, you know. And my father would come those two doors, get out of here, open those doors, and let the smell come through to his office, you know. We used to make stink bombs, and we always had fights with the Catholics. We had the public gang, and Dick Crouse had the Catholic gang. And they'd attack us in our chicken yard, in our backyard. We didn't have chickens anymore then, but Paul Cameron and I and some of those other guys would dig holes about this deep, and we'd make forts there and have places the Catholics would come and throw mud balls at us. And sometimes they'd cheat and put a plowshare in one, you know. They had these small plowshares you could find on the ground around back there because it was what they called the implement shed, tractors and stuff worked on there. You wouldn't want to get hit with one of those. Then, also, well, we were in the chicken yard where we had our fort, we had chickens. And next to it was the lot, which was about from here to the end of our yard was a big empty lot. And my father used to plant stuff there and all, corn and potatoes, but after all, he got too old for that. I wasn't much interested. But we had a big yard too. Big.
Well, what was he like?
My father?
Yeah.
Business. All business. He tried to be otherwise, but he couldn't really be. He'd take me and we'd go out to this, when I was real little, we'd go out to a dirt road out in the country to where it was a Sterner's Dam. It was a dam, had the water dammed up, it was about as high as this room. But what had happened is the water was up about way high above you, and then down below was the spillway. And the dam was mostly caked up with mud anyway. But when I was small, he'd take me down there. He'd take time to do stuff like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He got that later, so he couldn't do stuff like that. But they took me down. I went fishing in the Chesapeake Bay. Got sick as hell.
Oh, is that when y'all went on the boat?
They had a rental boats that each one hold about 14 people. And you had oars on both sides. But boy, did I get sick. Oh. Well, I got car sick too in those days. Went to Washington, and who threw up in the Capitol steps? Oh yeah. And in later years, I didn't get in 36 and all up, and I didn't get car sick. But I always thought it was they used to make seat covers out of mohair and stuff, and I always thought that the smell would get to me. They had a kind of odor to them.
Must have taken a lot of mows to make a seat cover.
Well, it wasn't, no, an artificial stuff. They still have it today.
That was an old joke off of All in the Family.
Yeah.
Edith said.
But then eventually, I think in 35 they started to get different seats. But in those days, a lot of coupes would have a rumble seat. And especially 35 around there. You just see my father's coupe, if you opened up that trunk, it was a huge trunk. You could get in there and sleep. But you either had a trunk or some cars had a rumble seat back there. But you'd be out in the open air, you know, and you get a couple of people sitting in the rumble seat right around. But there was an old car. I didn't know how much they were worth in those days. We used to steal parts off of them. My God, they worth today. You go, Model A's or Model T's. Model T's had a gas tank on the roof of the rear seat up there. There'd be the gas tank. And I never did know for years why the gas tank was there. They changed it after that. I think 37 where they changed it. But if you went in the mountains, if you were going to Pittsburgh or something like that, you couldn't get up the hill. You had to back up the hill because the gas tank was in. But that's why they put them up there. You could back up a steep hill because the gas speed was like that. See, because in 32 or 3 they started changing. But there was always something wrong with it. We had an Oldsmobile. That damn thing. My brothers would get stuck somewhere, and my father would get mad at them. They were in college.
Do you remember the Speedwagon?
The who?
The
Rio?
Speedwagon?
Oh, sure, Oreo. Oreo Speedwagon.
R.E. Oldsmobile Speedwagon.
Well, they had one when I played up in Wisconsin. Guy had one. Other guy had a Graham. And the Graham Page car was the first car you got into, you stepped down. All other cars you stepped into, everything was level. And that's when they started having it, that's what they featured, you know. Sold a lot of cars that way. Graham Page. And they had the Cord. The Cord was had all the exhaust coming out of the hood, you know, and everything. It was a racing car, more or less. Made a lot of noise. We had one a little sound. We had a Cord. And Studebaker, of course. I had a 32 Studebaker.
What was the fastest car you ever had?
Well, I don't know.
Or what was your favorite car you ever had? Nothing sticks out, huh?
I don't think I ever had a favorite. The Fraser was a real pretty car. The seats were green and white checkered. Very small checkers, about that big, you know. The inside was really pretty. And the dash was colored green, and it was all And that's how I got rid of that car. When I was, I had